Let me move this over here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Bryant. This is I Have Comic Issues, and this is Comic Channel Origins. And today we're speaking with Chris, the comic vet from up north. And we're going to talk to Chris about how he's grown his YouTube channel from being a beginner to where he is now. And Chris, I sent you a list of questions just so you can kind of have an idea of what we're going to cover today. Mm-hmm. You did get that, right?
I did. Okay.
Yes. All right. Let's get started. People will join in and they'll ask questions as we go on. What inspired you to start your comic book YouTube channel, and what was your very first video that you did?
What inspired me was being introduced to the comic book community online and realizing that as someone that's been a fan of the American medium, reading comic books since I was 7 or 8 years old, that maybe I should consider becoming a personality and talking about comic books, whether they're old or new, or my experiences with them, or different facets of the comic book collecting world. And it was a struggle because you always get nervous. Like there was the nerves that comes with the whole idea of creating a YouTube channel and seeing some high production stuff and low production stuff and figuring out what you want your footprint to be and how you want it to look. I'm sorry, I'm just sharing this out to as many people as possible, and going forward that way. But my first video, was
hey, Cliff.
My first video was hi, Cliff. Much like a lot of comic book YouTubers, I had the camera just turned away from me. And it was just an unboxing of, I believe, a Wolverine exclusive from Mutant Beaver Comics, which is a Canadian retailer up here. And pardon me, and just basically unboxing it, showing the cover, and that was it. I don't even know if the video was a minute long or anything like that, but it was that. And then the first real video that I ever produced was just sitting inside my car outside of my LCS on New Comic Book Day, showing the books that I picked up and talking about why I picked them up and the history that I had with the characters and why I was still reading this particular volume or not. And it grew from there. Literally at that point, I felt like I was starting to take that first step in creating a footprint into the comic book community here on YouTube.
Okay, and very appropriate that you said your first video was opening up a Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Canadian
I see what you're doing there.
Canadian comic vet.
Yeah, I see what you're doing there.
I didn't realize until a couple months ago, you and I are very close in age, if not almost the same age.
Mm-hmm.
I actually thought you were a little bit younger than me, but there you go.
I will take that. Yes, I'm 50 and I'll be 51 in September.
Okay, I will be 50 in December. So
okay, so yeah.
So between the two of us, we have 100 years.
Yeah, there's. Okay.
I think you were one of the first 5 people I probably saw on YouTube doing comic book content. I think it was your Walmart packs that your Walmart pack videos were the ones that I first saw and got me going to Walmart to say, oh, wait, they got comic books here?
Yep.
And now they don't. So I guess we ruined that for everybody.
Well, I still have a few that haven't been opened. But yeah, a big portion of the foundation that was laid for my particular YouTube channel was opening up of those retailer packs, mostly the Walmart stuff, whether it was the Marvel or the DC. It really helped grow the channel because I found that they were a more affordable way to have quote unquote openings or unboxings, whereas mystery boxes can be anywhere, say, from $50 to like $500. And
Right.
these retailer packs would often have some minor keys or some nice hits or some Walmart exclusives, and they would be anywhere between say $5 and $12, depending on
Right.
where and when you were to pick them up. So that was just something that I decided to explore and try to make my own. Was the opening of retailer packs, primarily ones from Walmart, just because the price point and that there are value in those packs that you could probably, if you decided to move on from the books based on recent sales on eBay, that you should be able to afford the cost of the pack just in recent eBay sales if you were to decide to let the books go.
Yeah, I've had a lot of fun with the Walmart packs that I picked up, and I'm
Yeah.
so far here lately. I've been having decent luck with the Ollie's packs that I picked
Yep.
up. So
I have had the good fortune of opening some Ollie's packs in my time, but I do find that they are a little bit more. They are getting a little bit more challenging to find at different Ollies. Now I'm sure the Ollies where you are may still have them, but the Ollies that I've been visiting of late, they either have them or they have entirely moved on from the idea of even having them.
oh, I thought mine was like or had like done away with them, and then
Yep.
went back in another day. I was just going to look at some of the trades, and
Yep.
they had a plethora of them,
Oh, that's
and
good.
so I ended up picking up about 10 to 12 packs just for the heck of it. So
I'm sitting on a few myself from a recent visit to Syracuse, New York,
okay.
and I scored quite a few, and so I'm sitting on them and just deciding at what point do I want to have another opening video. And but I've been to some and or telephoned a few. Like went to one in Kansas City earlier this year, and they had nothing, and telephoned one in Niagara Falls, New York, and they had said they're the ones that said we've actually moved on for them. We don't plan on bringing them back. So it's hit or miss, like a lot of just retailer stores that get into it, right?
Okay. Have you seen any of their coloring books? I picked up a Hush coloring book.
No, I have not. Normally when I'm in there, it's just eyes on the prize. If they have what I'm looking for, I'll get it, and then I'm out, kind of thing. But
Yeah, I mean,
uh,
it was just when I happened to walk by and I saw it, like, oh, $3. Okay, I'll take it.
good for
So,
you.
um, okay, I guess we've already covered number two. Like the next question was, what was the specific moment or video where you felt like your channel really took off? And you kind of said you had a lot of luck with the retailer packs from Walmart and stuff. Is there any other video that you would think kind of helped propel your channel upward a little bit?
I believe it was 2000, 2023 maybe, or 2024. Yeah, it's probably 2000. Let's go 2022 when the pandemic was still happening in pockets. Fan Expo Toronto opened up their annual con in the middle of the pandemic to limited numbers. And the previous year, it was canceled. So this was going to be the first time that a major Comic Con was returning north of the border. And because Fan Expo opens up on Thursday, went down on Thursday and did a walking tour of Canada's premier Comic Con, and uploaded it. And again, it was just a walking tour, just walking around with my phone, because I do 99% of my work just off my phone because I enjoy the cameras that are in it. And that I uploaded that video, and it was live basically around 11 p.m. the Thursday night of the con opening. And by the end of the con, the video had just exploded, in my opinion, based on what I was used to, that it had gone well above 2,000-3,000 views. And then I realized, because of that video, I'm onto something here, that people, for whatever reason, enjoy walking tours and spotlighting different booths and things and people within Comic Cons that are happening that they may be aware of. And Fan Expo
Right.
Toronto is actually it's top 5 largest turnouts in North America. It gets well over 140,000 people per weekend. That's right up there with San Diego, New York, C2E2. Like it actually draws better than Heroes Con, which is very popular in the YouTube community amongst the comic book creators. But it's a pop culture con that does very, very well. So with that in mind, I decided to start going to different Comic Cons, whether they were large, medium, or even just the small ones at a local hotel or community center. And they all did well too. They may not have done well as the Fan Expo one, because Fan Expo is a brand name across the entire continent now, as the United States has several Fan Expos that happen.
Right.
And people just like to see what's going on and what prices are on certain things and what you pick up at cons and some of the different things that are available to see that are kind of regional. And whether I do it like a day in the life kind of video, where I talk about my experiences, or I just simply show up and just start filming, and at the end of the video I'll say, hey, I happen to pick up this particular book, and that's it. It always does well by comparison of other videos that I do. And it's the one thing that I figured out, that I can talk about comic books all that I want. I can host live streams and have the community come on and show books and that kind of thing. But there's something to walk around Comic-Con tours that just does well on my channel.
Okay. And I guess those videos are the ones that probably bring you more subscribers.
Yeah.
In general.
So, yeah, and you're absolutely correct. Not to get ahead on further questions, but the most when it comes to videos, the most successful video that I have is a walking tour of Fan Expo that I believe is now rolled over to, say, 12,000 views.
Okay.
And but by comparison to some other channels, that those might be just average numbers. But for my channel, getting over 5,000 views is an accomplishment. And doubling that number and then continuing forward for a con that's actually not even active, that it continuously does well week after week, month after month. There's no slowdown. That, yes, subscribers come from there, because when I find when I do these videos that I try to link at the end of the video another walking tour, or if it's a Fan Expo video, to do at the end of the video, add the link to a different Fan Expo convention or experience that I had. And it just people kind of go down that wormhole.
Yeah.
And that video has brought in more subscribers outside of a YouTube promotion, more than any other one singularly, or I would even say the 4th and 5th best video I ever had combined. It's not even close. That the walking tour videos do bring more subscribers, and that's why I try to have a tour video once or twice every couple months on my channel to help those people that subscribe for that reason alone,
Right.
to see what's going around in Ontario and different parts of the United States.
So like your latest video like that would have been from Heroes Con, your day
Yep.
in the life videos,
Yep.
your series. Okay.
Yep.
Was it hard to get the press pass that you think you had a press pass for that?
Right. I did. It was my second year in a row having the press pass. I've been to Heroes Con for 3 years in a row now. The
Okay.
first time I went, some other of YouTube comic book creators said that they were awarded a press pass, and I'd never even entertained the idea of that, and that's why I decided to start doing my homework and reaching out to different cons and stuff that I would travel to, or knowing that I would be traveling to, and saying, hey, these are my plans. This is my YouTube channel. This is what I've done before. These are the views. I'd love to promote your con, and by spotlighting a lot of the vendors, where it's going to be located, and what my experiences are. And I will try not to say anything negative, as long as nothing negative happens to me.
Right.
And when HeroesCon 2024 was getting on the calendar kind of thing, I decided just to reach out and see, with what I just said, talk about it. But with HeroesCon, I decided to put it forward as someone that's coming from a different country, that's going to be an international visitor for a block of time to Charlotte. And I wanted to present something that's a day in the life, meaning that it would be a total slice of my entire day, plus the video being centralized and focused essentially on Heroes Con, and what the sights and the sounds and the flavors and the different personalities that go to the con, what it all entails. And I got a response immediately saying, sounds great, safe travels, and here's the information on how to pick up a pass. So those series of videos did do well for me. And this year I decided to return to Heroes Con again, and in January or February, whatever it was, or pardon me, a little bit later, when
Hey, Flash.
when I realized financially I could make it work, because it's not easy getting to Charlotte and staying in Charlotte, because it's a world-class city, and it comes with world-class costs. Let's be honest.
Okay.
And flying is not cheap. And decided to make it work, and basically reached out and said the exact same thing, but this time had the links to provide for the series of videos and live stream that I did on site last year, and said that with permission, I'd like to do it again, and see if we can improve and kind of change up a little bit of what happens in the day of the life videos, where I would actually speak to some vendors and artists if they were willing to give up their time, and also people and what they're looking for on arguably the world's greatest pure comic book convention. And right away they responded positively and said, here's the information how to get the passes, and decided to do it again this year, right from like getting on an airplane to getting back on an airplane, and
Right
everything
from
in
picking
between.
your shoes.
Yeah, right from the shoe of the day. That's right. Yeah.
I've seen the videos.
Yeah, that's great. But yeah, and those videos did well too. And all the most importantly, be on top of it all, was the feedback was all positive from everyone that watched the videos, that the comments that were left, because I tried to respond to all the comments, that everyone was saying positive things and stuff. So that's what makes it so appreciative for me. I just feel so appreciative that people say a lot of positive things about those tour videos, because they are a lot of work. They are really a lot of work when it comes to the filming and you dedicate so much time to showing people what's happening as opposed to your own personal time of going out and hunting and getting in lines and all that kind of thing. But the one thing I realized is that the day in the life perspective, where it's not just a tour video, it's, hey, this is what's happening with me as I'm showing you this con. That gives that little bit more freedom that I can do some of the things that I hoped to do on the con floor and talk about how much money I've spent so far and that kind of good thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of afraid of what type of budget I need if I come to Heroes next year.
Heroes Con is what you want it to be. That's the one thing I can say about that con. If you want to go there with $100 bill, it's a great con. If you want to go there with $1,000, it's a great con. It's exactly what you want it to be.
To carry on this question a little bit more for a second, have you ever accidentally stumbled upon a trend that was happening on YouTube at the time with any of your videos? I have on one, and I'll tell you about it in a second if you do or don't have a story.
I find there's just it's easy when I was on the road between say 500 and 1,000 subscribers. The trend that I found myself in was every major milestone number. So 500 subscribers, 600 subscribers, 700 subscribers, I would do a giveaway. And that was a trend I found with a lot of different YouTubers that were on that same journey that I was. The goal of 1,000 subscribers, that every step of the way, because there was no YouTube promotion at the time, it was just pure good luck if you happen to catch the algorithm the right way with the right hashtag or the right thumbnail and that kind of thing. And I found myself hopping on that trend where if I was at 650, then I would release a video saying, hey, I'm on my way to 700 subscribers. I'm giving away this book. I'm going to have some other members of the community come on. Once I hit 700, they're going to give away some stuff as well. So if you want your chance to win, hit that subscribe button and help me get to 700. And that carried on till 1,000. And then I just kind of walked away from that trend of offering rewards for X amount of subscribers and realizing that let's focus more on the videos and focus more on the live streams and the community building and the building of friendship and that kind of thing. That I found that's what helped get me between 1,000 and 2,000. Now that road was a lot, I shouldn't say longer, but I found it to be just more challenging because I wasn't dangling carrots to try and get people to hit the subscribe button. It was all about trying to produce the best or create the best videos and have the best live streams that I could have. And then there's other little pockets of popular things that were at the moment that was happening, like the mystery box craze from companies, and then the mystery boxes from Instagrammers, that kind of thing. And right now we seem to be in a little bit of a mystery pack kind of thing via Comic Cons or whatnot, and opening those kind of thing. But it to me, it all just kind of evolves around the idea of you're just opening something, and people like to see hidden surprises inside, whether it's a box or a pack or something that's cellophaned over. And it may just kind of change names or a little bit of narrative, but in the end, it's just the same thing that comic book YouTube, for the most part, is. It's just a show and tell and define kind of community.
My one video that I guess caught a trend, and I didn't even realize it, was one where I got scammed on Avengers 4.
Okay.
And it went out right, or it was out before the CGC scam thing, when people were taking the books out of the out
Yep.
of the casing and sticking in another one.
Yep.
So because it said in the title it had CGC and scam, it just caught all that and it got up to
Yep.
like 13,000 views. And I was like, what the?
Agreed.
But I didn't capture that because that was like 2-3 years ago. So now I'm down to like 200 watch hours. So still trying to figure out how to grow that part.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, by the way. It seems it seems whatever hobby that you're into, whether it's comic books or trading cards or Disney or Coca-Cola, that kind of thing. There's always people out there that are just ruining it to make a quick buck, right?
Yeah, but just got to remember going forward, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And
Very
just
true.
do whatever you can to protect yourself. So luckily, I was purchasing this through a marketplace that handled the transaction, so I got my money back. So,
Oh, good for you.
and it made good YouTube content.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the way I look. That's what I got out of it. It made some YouTube content.
Yeah, CGC drama always does well.
For some reason, they always make CGC drama.
Yeah, this is also true.
How did you find your niche in the comic book community?
Ooh, that's a good question. I found my niche just by just trying to be nice. What I project on camera is what I try to be in person, and I can remember some of the best advice my late dad ever gave me was, no matter what, just be nice. So that's something that I tried to harvest when it came to building the YouTube channel, is that try to stay away from things that would be divisive to people. Faith, politics, drama with other people. I'm not perfect by any stretch of imaginations. I stumble and said some things to people that I regret and and apologize and ask for forgiveness for. But it's the one thing I try to carve out is personality-wise, that just try to be nice and stay away from things that people would potentially could hold against you, whether like let people know that I'm right-winged or left-winged that way. Like that's not important. The reason why I'm on YouTube is to talk about comic books and
Right.
my love of the great American medium, this wonderful thing that started in America that they shared with the entire world, that's now a part of everyday life, whether it's in movies or cartoons. It all came from the American medium, the comic book. And see, again, speaking of drama, yeah. But
Starstream got what he deserved.
my the other niche was the Walmart packs. They really did well for me. That and doing a lot of videos from inside my car. There was and I still do it weekly, and
Right.
I love it. I absolutely love it. There's a period of time where I just try to get away from it because I was being known as like the car guy. And then when I got away from it, there was a comment from Dale of Suspense, Dale, whose opinion means a lot to me, said, I really miss Chris doing those car videos. And as soon as he said it, I realized, like, so do I. So now I'm back doing it. And that was the few niches that I decided to try and focus on, was opening the Walmart packs, because I wanted people to know that this is an affordable way to have some sort of mystery opening that wasn't going to kill you financially. Talk about how much they're worth in a recent eBay sale. Compare the two prices, and when it comes to picking up my pull list on New Comic Book Day, do it right outside the damn comic book shop, sitting in my car,
Right.
literally a few feet away from my shop, and talking about the book, why I picked it up, and if this is something I'm looking forward to, or if this is going to be it for me if this doesn't turn around, kind of thing. And it's those ones that I find that I have uh, a same group of loyal viewers watching those videos that always comment, as opposed to different videos that kind of go viral or explode, whatever term we want to use for videos that say clear 1,000 or 2,000, 3,000 views. Those ones obviously have a different audience than the ones that are the constant that kind of happen weekly, that are the same flavor, even though they may have a different title.
All right. But I think we just covered number 4 also, which
Okay.
that question was what comic book content performs best on your channel. So I think
Oh,
I
the
think we covered a
contour.
lot of that already.
Yeah, the Comic-Con tours. Now that there was now there was the odd retailer pack opening, not just Walmart. I've had an Ollie's video in the last few months just take off very well, but it's consistently the Comic Con tour videos do well. I find that a lot of the comments people say, "Oh, I'm at this point of the video, 49:49. That's me walking right there," or "Thank you for showing the video. I'm going on Sunday. Now I know exactly where I'm going. Thank you for this." Or "Are you going on Saturday?" That kind of thing. So it's for me the Comic Con tour videos. They're just they're in a classification by themselves versus my love of comic books, where those videos have different turnouts. The Comic Con
Okay.
tour videos, the bigger the con, generally the bigger the audience that is
Right.
interested in viewing it.
Okay. Yeah, I have like I guess in February we have a con around here, but it's a
Hmm.
very much a local
Hmm.
con. So it doesn't have the draw like Fan Expo or Heroes Con or
Right.
stuff like that. But
No, but
I give it a shot. But
yeah,
I'll be
honestly,
running into a lot of people too. The whole show floor is down on a hockey rink.
oh, that's great.
But I'm saying like
As a
the
Canadian, that
stage,
sounds great.
I can see it's a little chilly
Yeah.
because they literally have a
Oh, it is
game
February.
Thursday, put down a floor over the ice and all that. So it's a little cool, but it's very tight in there. So you're bumping into a lot of people. They don't have the wide space like they do at Heroes Con, as I saw in your videos.
The one thing I would say um, is you'll be surprised. Like I said, a couple. I've been to the same con a few times. That's just outside in the suburbs outside of Toronto, and they would have anywhere, say, between 15 and 30 uh, different vendors, but those videos still do well.
Okay.
It's how you present it. If you take your time spotlighting each one, you don't necessarily have to even talk in the video. Like I don't. I just film and hit pause, go over here, film, hit pause, and edit it all together. Add music over top of it, have an introduction and a closure, and cold opening if necessary, and just put it out there. I try to keep most tour videos between 15 and an hour, and
Okay.
they generally do well with the right hashtags. You'll be surprised. Even the small con videos, people are interested because again, they want to see which vendors have books. They want to see how much things are costing right now, and people want to see what you buy.
Yeah, that's all. I'm looking forward to whenever the next con is that I get to go to.
Yeah, you should.
So, um, now, how do you balance what you love to talk about in your videos with what the algorithm wants? Or do you really just don't care, and do what you love?
The algo is so tricky. The world of YouTube promotions, which is still, in my opinion, very brand new. With the algorithm,
I'm going to ask you to elaborate a little bit more on the YouTube promotion,
sure.
because I don't know what you're talking about there.
Okay, so with videos and stuff, I find I gain more by listening to large videos that are not even necessarily affiliated with comic books, like Mr. Beast, arguably the biggest YouTuber
Right.
in the world right now, has done multiple interviews talking about how to be successful. And the one thing he always says is make great videos. Well, we all don't have a large budget to have professional editors handle videos the way that he does. But the one thing that he talked about is the strength of a thumbnail. And that's the one thing over a period of time I realized is incredibly important, to show a picture of yourself. Like, you are your product. I get that people are showing up for this, but it's this that's talking about this. And that's the one thing
that's
I
always going to be there.
and
It's going to be a different book every week or a different video,
right.
but this is what's going to be there all the time.
Right. So the one thing he talked about is try to have different expressions. If you're smiling, there you have a 5 to 10% better chance of people clicking on your video as opposed to not smiling and showing teeth. So it's those things that I picked up on, and I actually found them to be true. And that's when I discovered how to try and manipulate the algorithm the best you can. Mr. Beast went on to talk about that there's so many different free AIs out there right now that every time you have a video that you're proud of, ask the AI to give you 10 different hashtags that may help your video get notification with the algorithm on YouTube and describe what the video is about. I've done that a few times, and I've also done that with the keywords that you can also add to your videos to help try and promote that way. And that works. So there are some constant videos that get released every week that have just X amount of views that will always stay in that framework. Every so often, you may have one that just explodes for whatever reason, but it's those other special videos, the hey, whatever happened to comic packs at Ollie's, and hey, this is a day in the life at Heroes Con day one, and these videos, those are the ones that I turn to the Twitter AI, the IG AI, and even ChatGPT now, and ask them what are popular hashtags right now for visiting Comic Cons in Charlotte, North Carolina, where I'm looking to buy Slabs comic books. And then it gives me X amount of hashtags. In between those three, I take the ones that are the most constant, put them in the video, and hope for the best. But with YouTube promotions right now, you have the ability to sponsor your own video. So you can put X amount of dollars down and have the algorithm, based on the amount of money, where you want your video shown, and how long you want the video to be promoted, it'll try and generate, say, it'll try and show your video thumbnail to 8 to say 12,000 times in a span of time in countries or men or women or age groups that you specify. And I've done that a couple times with certain videos. And in the end, because my channel is monetized, I find spending $5, $6, or $7 on videos that I promote in certain countries to age groups and certain people, men, women, that the videos do well, and if they watch, every third or fourth person that watches this video that it shows up on their timeline, they subscribe, and
Okay.
it does well that way. And I find if I spend say $7 on a video and I promote it for 4 days, what I'll do is I'll go into those 3 different AI groups, and I'll say what English speaking countries around the planet had the best selling new comic book day books last month. And it usually says the United States, Canada, the UK, Japan, sometimes Singapore, or sometimes South Africa. So I'll
Okay.
promote the video. I'll promote the video to those 5 countries and spend $6, $7 Canadian. Have the video promoted by YouTube for 4 or 5 days. And that video may get anywhere between 500 and 1,500 views based off that promotion. And of those 5 to 1,500 views, I may gain, say, 30 to 50 new subscribers. But on top of that, the video itself then continues to do well.
Right.
Or other videos that I had attached at the end of that video, they do well because I'll try and wormhole that viewer. So again, if it's say a Walmart pack opening video, I'll have another Walmart pack video and the collection of Walmart pack videos that I have available at the end of the video. And I find that there's a spike for those videos as well. And with the few pennies that is generated from those views, help pay for the promotion entirely. So I'm kind of having YouTube pay for itself, promoting certain videos, not all, because it just won't work. It has to be singularly, in my opinion, a special video that you feel you've created that you hope more than just your regular audience pays attention to. That's not something that's always something that will bring in high views anyway. So the videos that will bring in high views anyway, it's almost pointless to do a promotion on it because it's going to do well on its own off the strength of former videos that the algorithm will pick up. But again, the one thing I need to say is everyone, don't just take my word for it. Feel it out, investigate it, do it your way. My way is by no means, a standardized operating procedure on how to do it. It's just by chatting with a couple other community members, going through AI, asking Google questions, and kind of feeling it out. I think I probably ran maybe 9 or 10 promotions at this point, just spending a few dollars here and there and having some success with it and having some bombs with it as well. That not every video, no matter how good you think it is, just gets received. It just doesn't. You will get the impressions that it'll tell you, say, 500 times your video showed up on someone's feed, but only 300 times someone clicked on it. 75 times someone watched the entire video, and of those 75 times, 10 people became a new subscriber.
All right.
So there are good and bads, but again, some people, if it depends how much you want to get into YouTube. If you want to spend money on it and make that money back, hey, it's an avenue you may want to explore. But if you just want to get out there and just make videos and have hashtags that work and stuff, and if it catches fire, you don't need the promotion. You don't. You won't. You don't need that. You don't need that backing of self-promoted videos.
So when you do the promotions in that, does the watch hours that are generated through the promotions count towards your watch hours?
Everything does. Yeah, everything does.
Suck if they said, yeah, anything you got through.
No, essentially, again, the YouTube promotion, all it does, it just guarantee. I shouldn't even say guarantees. It promises X amount of
Exposure.
feeds, your thumbnail feed onto people that generally look at stuff that your video has been created for. So people that
Okay.
look at pulp culture, specifically superheroes and comic books and that kind of thing, that video will be for the next 4 days shown more than usual if it's not something that's trending.
All right. Um, Here in the last like month or so, I've been using um, some more AI tools in
Mm-hmm.
my process.
Mm-hmm.
The hardest part for me on the whole creating or not creating, but creating the package of the video
Mm-hmm.
is the title, description, and the thumbnail.
Okay.
Those are the hardest parts for me. I know that I listen to like podcasts about
Yep.
YouTube, and they say make your thumbnail first, and then your title first, and then you make your video. That doesn't work for me. Like
Right.
because I don't go by a script. I pick what I want to do the video about, and then I just talk about it.
Yep.
And so what I've been doing, or my process that I've been doing, is using I use Microsoft Clipchamp, or I think it's their free video
Mm-hmm.
editing software that's
Yep.
in or that comes on the computer. And
Yep.
I load the video on there, and I do I choose the auto cut, which makes the transcript of the
Okay.
video. And then I take that transcript over to Chat GPT and say, and post it in there and say, read this transcript, give me 10 titles and a description that best suits what I talked about. And it
Good for
does.
you. Yeah. Good for
And
you.
then it'll even give me all like the relevant hashtags, meta tags, and it'll even give me a thumbnail design idea or tell me what its thoughts are on the best thumbnail ideas to use.
Very cool.
And if you use like some of them even actually generate the thumbnails for you.
Nice.
Which,
Mm-hmm.
so I know on the thumbnails where it's that I have that got like the cartoonish character, those are all
Yep.
done through Chat GPT.
Right.
So, and it does make that part a lot easier because to me the hardest part is the most time consuming part is editing and the especially like your walkthrough videos. I'm sure those take quite a bit of time to edit and put together.
Yeah. And then the upload.
I mean,
Yeah.
they probably didn't see you that much at night at HeroesCon, did they?
Yeah. There's a block of time that I like that I dedicated for it. But yeah, this Heroes Con, even though I spent more money at this Heroes Con than any other one, and I did a lot more hunting this time around, I went there with the mindset that I'm going to work this weekend. That this is I'm here to produce the best content that I can with the tools that I have available, and
Right.
that's what it was. Now I don't pay money for high end editors or pardon me high end editing tools, or I don't submit my videos to an outside editor. I do it all myself. I prefer to do, like I said, everything off my phone, and it's just that's what I'm comfortable with. Uh, is that I have all my files and everything there on my phone as opposed to my laptop, which I'm using right now. I only use my laptop just for live streaming,
Right.
and I just find that it's what works for me at this point in my YouTube journey. Now, other people, other channels, they use different tools. They have different cameras, multiple cameras, and it's their thing and it's their niche, and that's what their audience expects of them and stuff. But what I do, I prefer having my phone when I'm on the ground doing something, just because it's the handiest tool that way, and it just goes right in my pocket as opposed to having a larger camera. Now, that's not to say that I may not graduate into that field and try that particular style in the future. Like, I do hope to one day be in front of a set, kind of like what you got. But right now, this is what another one of the niches that I've carved out is that when it's my turn to talk about comic books or whatever it is, I'm just doing it in front of a blank wall because it's just me and the product that I want to talk about.
Right.
And to each their own. And that's the one thing that I would say to a lot of people is just do what you feel represents you the best and what you need to make yourself feel comfortable, because YouTube can be a very scary place to walk into.
Right. Especially as a novice walking in, you got all these other people that already been there, done that, and have the T-shirts and the stickers. So it's a lot.
Yeah, and the stickers. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have stickers yet, so
Okay.
I'm officially joined the sticker club.
Be a sticker person. Yes.
But I do have one of your stickers that I got from winning the Anoli Slabs.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So those are Rob, my partner on Only Slabs. When someone wins something from our show, he likes to do up the giveaway box and have a lot of different things in there that are special to the show.
Right.
And like yourself, a while ago, I sent my logo. He printed a bunch of round stickers on a roll that he sends out to our prize winners. And now I have my own stickers that are actually die cut, but those ones I like to give out in person, kind of thing, because they are not cheap. They're not easy to come by. But yeah, that's cool to hear. I appreciate you saying that.
Speaking of your, I get partnership that you have with Rob and Only Slabs.
Yep.
Have you been doing the show with them for the full 200? Together?
From the beginning, absolutely from the beginning, yeah. And
how soon after you started on YouTube did you start doing Only Slabs?
Okay, that's a good question.
Hard-hitting journalism right here.
Yeah. Good for you. I would say probably about 6 months in.
Okay.
I knew of Rob, and from what I understand, Rob knew of me. Rob's always had a couple hundred more subscribers than what I've had throughout our journeys together. So he started maybe a little bit earlier than what I did, and we sometimes produce the same style of content, but we both have our own flavor for sure. It was through a mutual YouTuber who Rob was doing a bi-weekly show with, that Rob decided he wanted to spotlight some of his Slabs comic books. So he asked this gentleman to be the guest host for this. And the guest host actually said, no, thank you, because he already does a separate show with Rob. And he actually recommended me.
Okay.
The YouTube channel was named Slotted Up, and Jason is the name of the man I'm speaking about. He doesn't really do YouTube that often anymore. Okay. But I befriended Jason, and he was impressed by my comic book knowledge and the history of comic books that I know, and because of being a second generation comic book reader, he recommended me to Rob. So Rob kind of take care, TJ. Rob reached out to me and basically told me the idea of a show that he had where he wants to spotlight books in his large slab collection, and he wants a guest host to kind of talk about the books or ask questions about the books and that kind of thing.
What's on the right side of the label?
Yeah, no, that happened naturally. But the show was called Slab Hub, and we did it, and I think we did 6, 7, or 8 episodes, and I enjoyed the experience. Even then, we were giving away books, and instead of retiring the show and retiring the idea, I said to Rob, why don't we kind of do a role reversal? I've got a pretty big slab collection. Why don't I come on and I'll show some books and you could be the co-host? And he thought that was a great idea. So we continued on with this format for another, say, 4, 5, or 6 episodes, because Rob does have more slab books than what I do, but not to say anything differently, but he has a little bit more disposable income than what I do. But it took off from there. And through the portion of time where I was showing books, we came up with the idea, or maybe he came up with the idea. It's a while ago now. Hey, why don't we ask some people to come on, and we'll put them in the proverbial hot seat, and we'll go from there. So after my final solo venture, we started having different members of the community come on. And after a while, the show built an audience. And we ended up winning an award when it was when the award show rolled around. That happens annually. And I was tickled pink by that. And
Right.
It was shortly after that time where a comic book store or business challenged Rob on the name Slab Hub. And Rob thought that maybe he'd be getting into some legal hot water. So him and I decided to not change course, but just change the name.
Right.
And trying to stick with that adult theme that's kind of an ongoing joke that, it's a lot of innuendo on the show or that kind of thing, that we went from Slab Hub, which is a play off a certain website, to Only Slabs, which is a play off a different style of website, but still in that same, adult kind of narrative. And it's now just a part of my life. We're, like, as you know, B, it's 200 episodes in. It's more than 4 years. To answer your question originally, yep, I have been there from the beginning, from before, like Rob and I talked about it before episode 1 started, on like what he wanted as the host, what he expects out of me as the co-host. And now, like we were talking backstage, that I base good shows versus not good shows, not off the guest or the quality of the books, but just a lot of how Rob and I mesh during the show. That if we click and do well, those become, in my opinion, good shows to me, even though, as an outside viewer, as yourself, because you mentioned that you try to watch, but you listen, that if you feel like, oh my God, there's Amazing Fantasy 15 or Amazing Spider-Man 129 or, Batman 181, First Poison Ivy, that oh, that's a great show. But I will say, well, Rob and I didn't click, that Rob and I stumbled around each other, or we were speaking over each other, or like one of us pushed a button that we shouldn't have. Those are the shows that kind of get to me, just because when you get so far into it,
Right.
that you notice when the routine or when you just don't gel properly. But when you do gel, those are the shows that are, the ones that you remember for the right reasons, versus the ones where we talk over each other and I kind of feel like we stumbled that way, or that, we didn't ask the right question at the right time, or we didn't give enough props to a particular book, or, that we spent too long on a certain book that really didn't need that kind of attention, because it's one that's on the show so much, and the guest only really kind of showed it and was about to move on, but yet we talked about it for a little bit too long. But That's basically only Slabs slash Slab Hub and my experiences with it. That yeah, I've been there from the beginning. There's been a couple Saturdays that I took off for whatever reason. Like the one Saturday after my cancer surgery, I took that episode off and stuff like that. I think I've only missed maybe 10 or 12 episodes, but the truth of the matter is, we rolled over 200 yesterday, but there's
Right.
way more. There's actually way more than 200 because Rob doesn't count the pre-recorded episodes like for the 4th of July or for Christmas time. Like we won't go
Okay.
live during those points, but we will release a video in its place where we do still give away books, but Rob doesn't count those ones as shows because there is no guest. It's just me and him just kind of clowning around with books that we picked up throughout the year.
Okay. Would you, I guess, do you think that you've gained any subscribers or viewership through being a part of Only Slabs?
No, that's a good question as well. There's been times where I'm sure there has been, but because the show at this point now is shared, even though it's hosted on Rob's channel, it's shared between both of our channels so much that generally speaking, people that show up to Only Slabs are already a part of the Comic Vet subscriber tally at that point. Every so often, like right after the show, I may pop into my YouTube studio and take a look at my subscriber count, and there might be one or two that weren't there, say before Only Slabs. If I happen to remember to be that vain and take a look at the subscriber count,
Right.
so there has been some subscribers, but nothing like in the infancy of the show when it was under its former title. I would say at this point now, Rob and I are so connected at the hip through the show that we kind of share most of the same subscribers. It's just if he releases a video that does very well, his subscriber count will then jump forward past mine, and then I will kind of do the same thing, and all of a sudden my subscriber count kind of gets much closer to his, and then we play that close and then not so close game again that him and I kind of seem to do, all in good fun though.
All right. Okay. Now this is going to be a difficult question. What mistake do you think you made early on and that you wish someone had warned you about?
Not making sure that you're using music that you're allowed to use.
Or
You don't want
turning
to
the volume up too loud?
Yeah, you don't want to use copyrighted music. You want to make sure that the background music is almost too quiet as opposed to being too loud. You're absolutely correct. I've made that mistake. I still kind of make that mistake from time to time, that the background music, because again, I do most of my editing on my phone, that necessarily acoustics that come out of the phone are not as good as the acoustics that you would use with whatever medium that you use to watch the video. And
Right.
sometimes the music is just too low, or the song itself just presents too low. And, like in the end, having music too quiet is not as bad as having the music too loud, where the music is drowning out your voice and what you're talking about, because the subject matter is the primary reason why people decided to click on your video. It's the copyrighted music and the level of music that the copyrighted music, not anymore. Like I've got around that one. It's the music, the volume of the music that is still to this day the one that I'm most concerned about. The others is just the mistakes are just garbage email or garbage thumbnails that just one blank color with just a few words and a logo. Like that's not appealing. It's, yeah, even if you say like I'm giving away free gold, if it doesn't look good, people aren't really going to click on it. It's
Yeah.
it's those mistakes that I've learned from that, listening to outside sources of the comic book community, again, like Mr. Beast and different creators that I have respect for, that I realize the thumbnail game is ultra important, and it's not something that should be kind of blurred through. It's almost just as important as the product that you're putting forward with trying to create a good video or good subject matter within a video. So that's one of the big takeaways that I would have. And the other one that's most personal to me is not knowing when to retire an idea. Just because you create a series of videos with the same theme, i.e., Walmart packs,
Right.
don't keep going because you had 2 or 3 videos out of 30 eclipse 1,000 views, or a number that you feel is important to you. Don't be afraid to retire an idea and just move on. That's another big thing personally that I found I held on to with different series I've had through the time that I've been on YouTube, that it's okay to have a constant, but don't be afraid to change the title. Don't be afraid to change up the style, but because in the end, again, it's all just show and tell, essentially, outside of Hangouts, kind of like what we're doing right now. And that's the one mistake I had, is not knowing when to pull the chute on certain ideas.
And you also, like, or you could just let it rest and give it time to breathe and come back to it a month or two down the line and kind of let it die down, and then you build it back up with some more excitement or something like that.
Yep.
Re-energize yourself. What would you say your process is for planning and producing a video from idea to upload? I guess the whole genesis of the Comic Vet videos.
Okay, so I'm going to stay away from the constant one, like my New Comic Book Day haul video that I do every week,
Right.
and talk about ones that are videos I drop, say, on a Monday. Those are ones that are generally, I try to keep different, even though I may return to the same idea like what you just mentioned. A lot of it starts with having the product in hand and going from there. How do I want to present this autographed comic book? And kind of planning it out, maybe thinking about it for 5 minutes or thinking about it for 5 hours. How do I want to present this? Do I want to talk about, or do I want to show going to a comic shop, meeting the creator, watching him autograph it? Or do I want to create a video where I talk about my love of the character, talk about the creator, then show the product itself, go forward from there? And once I figure out how I want to present the product, it's putting the plan into action. Is it going to be a driving video where at the end I'm just sitting how I am now and showing the product? Like, in the end, I got this absolute Green Lantern #1 signed by Janoy Lindsay, and at that point, the editing process begins, and I use a couple different editing tools. I don't necessarily always use the same one every time, but I'll go through the editing process, and that could take anywhere from half an hour, say, to 2 hours, depending on how deep and how many things I need to splice, how many things I need to put in there, that kind of thing, and then laying a soundtrack. Does the video deserve a soundtrack, or does it need a cold open, or can I just do my normal intro and normal outro? Do I need to have something different at the beginning? That kind of thing. Should it have music just at the beginning, or music as an outro when I say goodbye, kind of thing? Or should I have a quiet song playing in the background if I'm in front of a blank wall?
Mhm.
Or if it's going to be on site, is the background music or the background sounds going to be a problem? And once that's done, and I've gone through the editing process and I have a finalized video, before I upload, I get into that other, not to sound like a douchebag, but the other creative mode where now I need to focus on the thumbnail.
Right.
And then the thumbnail also generally takes a good while of time. What's the background of the thumbnail going to be? Do I want my mug on it, or should I use the product, or should I kind of create some sort of mystery around the thumbnail? Do I need to have words on the thumbnail, or do I just need to have my face and the product? Because sometimes, Mr. Beast says, words don't need to be there, because you want to draw them into the image and then have them read what's on there as they're clicking the video. Because if you have the words already there, if they've already seen a video that has something to do with what you're showing, they may not be interested in what you have to say about that product. And that's the one that I really hold on to often when it comes to new comic book day videos, because almost every channel shows their comic book haul. So you got to try and separate yourself the best that you can in a small pond with large fish.
Right.
And because that's all it is. The YouTube comic book community is a very, very small portion of what YouTube really is.
Right.
In fact, the comic book community is actually a very small portion of the pop culture community that's in YouTube. And that's basically my process. It can, a singular video, say that's a Walmart pack. The video itself may be 8 to 12 minutes, but there's probably 2 to 4 hours worth of labor behind the video itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're talking about the small portion of YouTube that comic books is or are, and like especially like New Comic Book Day and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I picked or I came up with the idea to do this particular idea for a live stream, which was like I hadn't seen anybody else do this idea yet, so I thought it'd be a little bit or slightly unique.
Yep.
So and it's also what I'm interested in. I mean, you learn from other people that have done it before you. So I'm talking to people that have higher subscriber count, watch hours and stuff like that, pick up tips and tricks and things like that. And if I have something to share and give, I offer that too. So I do plan on making a video here soon talking about that whole process I have for using the AI and the transcripts to generate that stuff. Because as we both know, like we have a YouTube friend that not on YouTube anymore, who got in, or they said it was mass produced stuff. And I think that as long as there can be some more variety in the descriptions, not all descriptions are exactly the same, because every video is not exactly the same. So, and if I can use a tool that can help me make different descriptions, that's what I'm going to do, because I'm not a writer. That's why I'm talking on YouTube videos, is because I'm not a writer and not doing a YouTube blog, or I mean a comic book blog instead. So so what tools, gears, apps have made the biggest difference in your growth? I mean, you've covered that you use your phone. I mean, that's the best camera that you can have is the one that you have.
Right.
So, and the
And
camera, the phone's the one you're always going to have with you.
those are very wise words that you just said. The best camera that you have is the one that's with you. And in the world of comic books, they are everywhere. So, for example, like go to a thrift store, flea market, antique mall, whatever. I'll happen to just be walking around and I'll see something. All right, well, let's see if this is going to be something quality enough for a video, and just start filming and going from there. The tools I like to use when it comes to editing, I like Video Guru.
Okay.
Again, like to each their own. I don't use a paid editor. The editing tools that I use are all free. I also use I use YouTube Create as a final editor because they have an extensive library of free music, and that is so important when it comes to uploading videos. Is if you want to dabble and have a soundtrack in the background of your videos, YouTube Create to me is the way to go. You have no chance of stumbling or anything because it's YouTube's own editing tool.
Okay.
The editing tool that's there is good. It's not great, but it is good. Like you can get your basics, you can get your your dark to clear intros and outros the same way, and have squiggly lines on your videos if you want to make it look like a VHS tape or
Right.
something like that. You can do all that's all there. But I prefer Video Guru, and I'll upload in 1080p, and then I'll go over and I'll take that same video that's been, or I should say uploaded, that's created. I'll then put it in YouTube Create, add music if I want, any fine adjustments if I want to slow down or speed up a certain area. I'll splice that area, and then if I need to remove some sort of quick dialogue, I can do that there, and then add the music and go forward that way. And then once I then can make that video into 4K.
Okay.
And Mr. Beast once said that always try to have the best available format for your videos, also to try and separate yourself from other videos. So if I'm putting out a video in 4K, someone might be interested in that versus just a general 1080p or 720p, however other people may be creating videos that are very similar to mine. And though it's those other things that he has said that I picked up on, that hey, if he is the most popular YouTuber in the world, if he has free advice to give, we should pay attention, regardless if he's half your age or not. He knows what he's doing, right? So it's that advice that I picked up on and listened to, and where and when I can put into practice, I try to. But again, I don't have a budget or an unlimited budget like what he does. I actually don't even have a budget. It's free or it's nothing. That's it. And it's those two primary editing tools that I like. But when it comes to thumbnails, I like to use LogoPit. I like to use LogoPit because they have free backgrounds, and they will pick different mediums thumbnail sizes for you. So if you want to use a YouTube thumbnail, you click that, and then you can create your thumbnail that way. If you want to create something for Instagram, you can use the story size or the reels size or just the normal thumbnail size. It'll let you pick all that, and they have backgrounds there and different fonts and colors and everything. And you can upload upload my ugly mug, and then just die cut it out and put it into the corner of the thumbnail and go forward that way. And again, it's a free app, and it's just another one of those things that's one of my go-tos that I find I'm successful with. Now, my thumbnails may not be as good as a lot of other YouTubers, and God bless them for it. But the stuff that I'm creating, I'm happy with, let's say, 90% of the thumbnails that I use. Is there room for improvement? Always.
Right.
But I haven't found a free one yet. I haven't found a free one yet.
On your new comic book day haul
Yep.
video or videos, the upload, not the live stream.
Right.
Are you using that logo pic to make that one that has like the vet guy talking to Spider-Man in the comic book shop?
So those are AI.
Okay.
Those are ones that I'm using with, is it Grok? That's the Twitter AI.
Yeah. Grok.
I find the Twitter AI is the quickest producing free thumbnail generator.
Okay.
And I just decided with my new comic book day haul just to try out a series of AI generated video or AI generated thumbnails. Again, none of my videos have AI in them. Just the thumbnails, just to change it up. Because again, I've got my new comic book day haul videos have gone through thumbnail changes, title changes, description changes, but in the end, it's all the same thing. It's just me going to my same comic book shop, sitting in my car, showing the books I just spent money on. That's it. That's all they are. And as someone that believes every so often when it comes to YouTube, you can't be afraid of hitting that refresh button or change it up button, because you may somehow bring in some new people and introduce them to your channel that way. And
Right.
I just decided with trying out AI that asking Grok or the one that's with Instagram, so many different questions, getting to the point where, Kate, now I've got a middle-aged yet handsome soldier that's inside of a comic book shop picking up books. I kind of got that down pat. Now, can we introduce a comic book character that is giving this soldier books? How about this week we have the Thing from the Fantastic Four, and I love the image. And then the next week I was like, okay, can you replace the Thing with Batman? And it gave me a bunch of different images, and I picked the one that I liked the best. Then after that, I decided, okay, can we change Batman with Spider-Man? And I'll do this for a little bit until I'm kind of tired of it, and then I'll change it up again. But I do like the idea of AI generating thumbnails for this style of video, just because I've been doing these style of videos from the beginning of my YouTube channel, and I've gone through so many styles of thumbnails for this same basic video that until I'm tired of AI, I'm going to use it until I'm tired of it. Now, B, the truth is I might be tired of it next week, and I'll try something different. Go back to a different format with just say, take a picture of my comic shop, have a different style of my mug, and then different comic book covers that are available that week, and go forward that way. But in the end, the view count doesn't really change that much through this entire series. It's just me wanting to change it up every so often so that I'm not feeling like it's stale when it comes to the presentation of the ability to click on the video.
Okay. Well, when you do try your next style of thumbnails,
Yep.
Try the if you drop the try that trick where you drop the transcript into one of the AIs to get it to make or do a title suggestion or a description, and then see if ask it to prompt or see what kind of thumbnail it would create for you.
Okay.
And I mean, just going off of whatever title that you pick, or like say like I use Chat GPT to do that stuff, but you're saying that Grok has a great image generator.
Yep.
You could ask Chat GPT to create you a prompt for Grok to make the thumbnail that it told you to do. I mean, you can do that.
Yeah, I do. So right now, I do have a prompt with Grok that
Oh,
where it's that same style of thumbnails showing up, and it's taken a while to get to the style of thumbnail I've been using for the last, say, 3 weeks. Uh, in the way it looks right now, I'm happy with. But again, next week I may be like, you know what? Let's change it up. Like, let's take the beret off his head. Let's just have a bald guy in a t-shirt or in a hoodie, like I've done, say, a couple months ago,
right.
or and different art styles as well, not just say like pop art or anime or Spider-Verse style of art, that kind of thing. Like I do ask it a lot of different questions, but the prompt is there: bald, middle-aged Canadian soldier slash veteran inside of a comic book shop, excited to purchase new comic books.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's learning. It takes less
Yep.
you have
Yep.
to give it less every time you go forward because it remembers.
Yeah, you are 100% correct.
Yeah. Yeah, with my job, I listen to a lot of podcasts and stuff about
Okay.
all this different technology and stuff. Um, so the last question I got for you is, what advice would you give to someone starting a comic book channel today?
Don't do it.
Chris, that's not why we're here. We're here to
Don't
inspire.
waste your time. Don't waste your time. I don't need the competition. No. Uh,
We all rise together.
yeah. The truth is, don't be afraid. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay not to show your face. Uh, but when it's time, listen to your gut every step of the way. That's the best advice that I could offer. If you're okay showing your face, uh, don't be afraid to put just raw stuff out there. Not everything has to be overly edited. It doesn't have to be Mr. Beast. Make it about you. Make it about what your passion is. If you just love DC books, then talk about that.
We
If
might
you
know a guy that does that.
Yeah, if you have a lot of Spider-Man books, talk about that. If there's one Spider-Man book that you love, talk about that book and talk about everything about that book, why you love it, how you got it, how much you spent, where you got it, why you're in love with it, who the creative team is, what's great about it, that you think some other people just don't know. And on top of all that, be social. The comic book community is a very welcoming place for the most part. Uh, if you see an open hangout, join it. Request that link. Uh, StreamYard, whatever, YouTube Live, whatever host is hosting it on, if it's an open hangout, they'll let you on. And it's a welcoming and engaging community. And participate in it. And don't be afraid to get into live streaming. If you want to uh, try and get monetized, it's a lot easier today than what it was when I started. Uh, pardon me, whatever number of years ago it was now. Uh, you can get subscribers really quick with YouTube promotion. You can get it just by becoming a member of the community, and other community members will promote your channel the best that they can.
Right.
So you, in a span of 24 hours, you may gain 50 to 75 brand new subscribers like that because of how strong and wonderful this community is. If you need watch hours, this is how you do it. You live stream. You live stream as long as you can. Make it an open hangout. Pick a day. Don't be afraid if that channel that you absolutely love is on at the same time as you. Don't be afraid. It's fine. It's all good. There's more than one way to watch YouTube at the same time. So if you're a fan of my channel, and you can watch me here. If you're a fan of B's channel, you can watch them how you are right now, or on a TV or on a computer. My biggest piece of advice is just don't be afraid and be yourself. Don't be artificial, because in the
Right.
end, people will see through that. They'll see through it very quickly. Just be genuine. If you're going to be about New Comic Book Day, talk about the shop that you go to. Talk about where you live. Talk about what your budget is for the week or for the month, whatever it is. If you're going to be opening mystery packs and that kind of stuff, take your time with it. Try to budget yourself, and talk about the books that you're hoping to get out of that mystery pack, and the books that you open that you're not really a fan of. Talk about what you're going to do with them. Are they going to go to Whatnot? Are they going to go to eBay? Are you going to give them away? Are you going to give them away on your channel? Talk about that. The more you talk, the more engaged people will be with you, the better chance that they're going to return. But in the end, just remember, if you're going to become a part of the comic book community and you're taking that first step, talk about comic books, because that's why you're here, and that's why they're going to come in and tune into what you're going to be talking about.
All right. Well, thank you very much. With that, with those last words of wisdom, I mean, that's the end of my little interview with you today. Please, I've learned this from other live streams. Please tell me what you got going on coming up on your channel.
Every Wednesday, I host a live stream called Show Us What You Got. It's a live New Comic Book Day hangout. That's an open invitation to anyone in the comic book community at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to come on and show what books they picked up for New Comic Book Day, or books that they've picked up recently for their PC that they're proud of. The day afterwards, I usually do a New Comic Book Day haul video from inside my car, where I spotlight the books that I picked up for New Comic Book Day and talk in great detail why I picked them up and what I'm looking forward to from those books, and any sexy covers that I decide is the cover of the week for personal reasons. Saturdays, you can find me on a different channel known as Rob's Fat Stacks O Comics at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, where we host a little show called Only Slabs, where each week we have a different guest come on and spotlight 20 to 25 slabs that are important to them and why they're important to them. And we give away a bunch of books during that time, as we have a few laughs at usually my expense. Yeah.
Especially when somebody wins a jungle action.
Let's not do that.
All right.
Yes.
Well, Chris, thank you very much for being here today. And everybody that's watching and watches on the rewind, please join me next week, where my guest for next week's show of Comic Channel Origins will be Cliff on Comics, which will the show will be taking place at 5 p.m. Central Time. That's where I am located, so that's the time zone that I know the best. But Cliff will be my guest. And thank you, Chris, again for being here. And thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you in the next one. And as Chris would say, keep you safe and well. All right.
Yeah, close. Good job.
All right. Thank you, everybody.